you think? Good. Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday morning, August 19, 2020, and I'm headed into work for the day. It's Wednesday. I might be going in tomorrow too, so I might be going on Wednesday and Thursday. We'll see. We got a lot of new equipment, new racks, all that sort of stuff. It's not going to show up on camera, but straight out there, there's a team of roofers going at it. And man, these guys with the storms we've been getting and all that sort of stuff have been kicking ass with their with all the work they're getting. Just over at Grant's mom's house, and they had some fencing down. They had a big branch on a tree break off and stuck up in the tree. All that sort of stuff. So, headed into work. I got a lot of physical work to do. Oh, so real quick, a little mini brag. I lost just under, or at around 20 pounds doing keto, and I also pulled out my smaller pair of jeans and all that. So previously was in 36 32s. These are 34 32s. I know I have a pair of shorts that are 33s. So the I do fit in 33s, but these are much better than my 36s, man. I didn't even think about it last week when I went to work, and my pants were like falling down all day and stuff. Look at these branches on the side of the road. Wow. Crazy. This storm was a week and a half ago, and they're still working on getting all of that stuff pulled out and whatever. Last night I started working on reloading and stuff, so kind of cool. I'm a little excited about that, and more or less it worked. So I had separated my 223 brass into brass that looked like the primers were not, I don't know what the term is, not stippled in, but not locked in, or so to speak. So, from my understanding, those primers will be easier to get out of the shells. I know Luke and people in general have problems with the shells getting stuck in the dies and the presses and all that. So it's one of those things where I wanted to do some easy reloads, so to speak, that would hopefully press out easily instead of, getting it jammed on the first, 10 rounds or something, and then be like, well, reloading sucks. That's cool. So I bolted it to a shitty old table. The press is just a single stage or whatever press that I have, and I bolted it to a crappy table, and I pressed out the primers on 200 shells. So this is for 223. I have 200 small rifle primers. I bought these more towards the beginning of the year when shit was still in stock. Well, before, probably more than 6 months before I bought my reloading stuff. Interesting, right? But hey, so I can hopefully reload at least 200 rounds of 223. And then I bought, I have 1,000 large rifle primers. So the large rifle works with my 22-250 and 308. So I have a bunch of 308 that I want to reload, and I'm guessing 200-300 rounds of it. I don't know. And yeah, so I got my work cut out for me. I will say I spent around an hour last night, maybe a little over an hour, and pressed out the primers individually on 200 rounds. So So yeah, so I still got to press in the new primers. I gotta get the powder drops going. I need to, and then seat and crimp the bullets on. So there's still quite a bit left to do, but it should be good. This classic reload, lock and load reload kit that I got comes with 3 of these bushings. They're like die bushings for quick changing dies, and I think 3 is perfect. So what I can do is I got the decapper, which removes the primer and I think it reforms the shell a little bit, and then I got the powder drop, which will go onto one, and then I got the cedar crimper, whatever it's called. So there's 3 things there. I think that'll be good. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn. Do I just reload, like, 20 rounds and then go test them before I do 200? Oh, I don't know what to do here. So I guess I could load. I don't know. They also talk about, like, you can make like dummy rounds, so no primer, no powder, and just a bullet in a shell. And maybe I should go that route. That will allow me to test the bullet seating and crimping process. And then it's inert. It's safe. There's no powder, there's no primer, because the primer, even without powder, the primer can still fire off. And even without powder, if it's a seated bullet that's crimped on, it can probably pop or shoot that bullet out. Not very far, not very hard, but those primers still got some power, especially if it's essentially sealed when you crimp the bullet on there. So I guess I will do that or whatever, at least to kind of get my experience in and all that. So but that's a nice little kit. It's the Hornady lock and load kit. It's a single stage or single press. It's a manual press. It only does 1 shell at a time, so to speak. It's not the progressive that like holds 4 or 5 and then spins around. So I'll probably be playing with that at least a little bit tonight. So I'll do a couple seats, or seat it on there or whatever. I got a micrometer, I think that's what it's called, the little electronic caliper measuring tool that measures sizes with a high degree of accuracy. I have that, and yeah, so I've been talking for 8 minutes. So anyway, maybe I'll show a little bit of that process tomorrow night. Yeah, I'm excited to have my own means of making stuff. Why is this truck randomly smoking in front of me? Ugh, stinky. Kind of stinky. Yesterday I got a little bit of good fortune. Is this guy's truck on fire? I think he blew up his turbo. So that's the truck in front of me that's really smoking. Was the guy that like floored it to get out in front of me. So I think he blew his turbo when he did that, because it wasn't smoking like that even when he floored it. That's white smoke. That can't be good. Yeah, I guess we'll see. Huh. Wow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that guy has a bad turbo or something. Well, if he doesn't know, we'll find out soon because he's burning oil like a son of a bitch. It's an F350. So, yesterday I had some good fortune. So, one of my holdings, so I think I told you, but I've been getting hammered by my stocks. My portfolio at one point, probably Monday, Tuesday, well, yesterday was Tuesday, so Friday, Monday, was down to like $7,800, $7,900, down from 10K. And so I'm holding a bunch of options that expire Friday in like 2 days from now. And so those options are eating away at the profits and all that sort of stuff. So wow, there's a brand new Hyundai Sonata GT in front of me, and super sporty. They made the roof black. Wow, okay, interesting. They built little ailerons into the taillights, like on the tops of the taillights, almost like an Audi styling. But yesterday, so I'm holding, or I have been holding workhorse options, iBio stock and options, and DSS. So DSS and iBio are down like 10 or 15% from where I bought in, and it's killing me. I mean, I'm holding pretty substantial positions. But for iBio, I'm also holding call options to in hopes that it would go up, because but I bought these like a week and a half ago or so. So my closest expiring call options expire this Friday. I was holding workhorse call options that expired Friday as well. Workhorse actually rallied yesterday, and I sold the one that expires Friday for a $33 loss. Sounds bad, but it was way more down, or I should say further down than that. Had I held throughout the day yesterday, I could have made a little bit of money off of it, but the risk was not worth the reward. So what I'm trying to do is dump what I'm holding now as close to break even, or with the minimal losses as I can, if I can. My kind of thing is, if iBio doesn't turn around by today, I'm gonna have to dump the option that expires Friday. It's like worth half of what I paid. I'm down like $400 or $500. I think this kid has got some panties. No, maybe that's his mask. I was gonna say, I think he had underwear hanging from his mirror, but maybe it's a mask. It's a mask. Never mind. So, now that I smell like oil and cars from that truck shooting his exhaust all over me, so I'm a little nervous about this today. If iBio doesn't rally, then I'm fucked. I don't know. And probably, like I said, if I can get close to breaking even, I'll sell, and I can always rebuy. Options are very, very risky because of the time limit factor. As each day goes on and it gets closer and closer to the expiration, the value just sinks like a stone, especially if you're out of the money. And it worries me. It worries me. So you can make 20, 30, 40% easily via options, but if you make the wrong play, so to speak, you can lose 20, 30, 40%. Like I said, some of my options I'm holding are down 20, 30, or 40% right now. And I'm just pissed because had I, waited to buy them, I would have gotten them a lot fucking cheaper, let's put it that way. for not as much risk, so to speak. So I decided or wanted to go big and make some big money. Well, what's gonna happen is, and I know it, but as soon as I dump this shit, it's gonna rally. I know it will, just because it's probably gonna rally in September. So maybe I'll look into getting a couple options or calls further into September. But yeah, I have a bunch of options expire Friday for iBio and a bunch of options expiring on the, I think it's the 28th. So Friday's the 21st. They do weekly options. Excuse me. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. So, like I said, my entire portfolio was down to like 7,800, 7,900 at one point. Right now, prior to market open, it's sitting at around 84, 8,500. Which, yeah, I'm down 1,500 bucks. Sounds terrible, but I've cashed out way more than that. And guys, remember, I seeded with 8,000. So if my entire balance is 8,500, down from 10, I'm still deer chilly. I'm still good. Still in the green, so to speak. So I've also been getting kind of a little bit burned out by it all too. So maybe I'll just start doing some stocks and holding, and then when they go up, then sell or whatever. I don't know. That way I don't have to sit there and watch it like a hawk as closely, because it's just, I feel like I'm getting burned out by it, is all. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Stay tuned.